Golfers kind of fall into two camps. One, kind of an arm swing, two, or body swing. And the body swingers tell us they're squaring the face with the body rotation. The body from there to impact rotates a very small amount.
Yeah, so if I just kept my wrist in the same position and kept rotating, you'd miss the ball.
Okay.
Everybody knows that this face has got to square on the ball. In order to get to the ball, the lead wrist or the wrists have to uncock or ulnar. It's not this. It is not this.
It's not. Golfers kind of fall into two camps. One, kind of an arm swing, two, or body swing. And the body swingers tell us they're squaring the face with the body rotation.
You sure about that? That's why?
That is factually, measurably never the case.
You might feel that.
Maybe a feel.
A good player is trying to take their hands out of the swing. That's just how it works.
Well, let's go a step before that. Good players have learned how to use their hands so they don't have to think about their hands.
Or even try to take them out, right? Because they've already learned to either over-rotate them, or they've learned from the beginning, hopefully, to use the hands in the correct way so they can just forget about it.
5, 10, 15 handicap golfers don't have that luxury.
We love Jim McLean. He's been in here before, and I've read all his books and studied a lot of the things that he's talked about over the years. And in I think the 8-step swing, he said, kind of two styles to get somebody going with golf. The first part of it is you got to teach them how to learn to use the hands and arms, and then as they learn that and get better, then it becomes more of a body-driven swing where they can almost feel like the hands and arms are along for the ride. And I just love that delineation, and the more I teach golf over the years, of course, he's dead on.
The reality is you have to do both. After you know how to do both, you may feel one over the other or prefer to feel one over the other, but it still doesn't mean that your arms aren't doing things, squaring the face, or the body's not doing its thing, getting you in position to square the face. What we mean when we say it's not true is that when you look at the delivery of the club, so roughly shaft parallel in the downswing, the body from there to impact rotates a very small amount for the most rotated players on the PGA Tour. Forget everybody else. For the highest rotators, it rotates a very small amount. The club face is roughly 45 to 65 degrees open
At that point.
to the path. So the club face has to rotate a massive amount in those few milliseconds compared to what the body does. Now again, you may feel like that happens automatically because you grew up learning how to use your hands and just focus on the body. But the reality is, if you don't know how to get that club face square, turning like a top's not going to do it. In fact, TPI says, Greg Rose has said a number of times, better body rotation opens the club face.
Well, yeah, if you thought about, trying to hit a hard fade, you would just kind of crank your body, and that action on the grip and the handle,
What kind of
the face open.
kind of grip and club face do most faders have?
Stronger.
Super strong,
Yeah.
closed face,
They need the face to
and then
point.
use the body rotation to kind of offset that.
Exactly. They got to get the ball to start left of the target. So the lowest hanging fruit, or the skill that every golfer needs to know first, is what's the right way? I could square the face up 100 different ways, right? It's learning that, the uncocking, the supination of the wrist, the flexion extension, those three things, and we learn it. Hack Motion does a great job of showing that.
Yes, let's dive into those three.
Yeah.
So, body rotation is not going to do it. It doesn't do it for any player on the planet.
Yeah.
Not Ben Hogan, you name it. There is, independent of the body, arms working down, arms working over, wrist working up and down, side to side. Okay, so let's go to the delivery. Where do we want that club face? Like, toe up, toe down?
I'd
Where
say
do we want it?
slightly toe down. I mean, the more you bent over to it, probably affects it some, just the pitch of the body. But you don't want it laid open here. You wouldn't want it pancake. Somewhere in between.
Yeah, it's kind of like there's a decent window there, 15, 20 degrees, what we see with the best players in the world, that's right in range to give you plenty of time to square the face.
Probably a little bit grip dependent.
Sure.
Things like that. So you're in a good spot here.
Okay. Now from there, if you did nothing with the arms and rotated your body, what would it look like?
Yeah, so if I just kept my wrist in the same position and kept rotating, you'd miss the ball.
Okay, so we're playing T-ball at that point.
Yes, we got to do something with the wrist.
Okay. They've got to do something. All right.
Yeah.
What do they do? Let's break them down individually.
Everybody knows that this face has got to square on the ball. I think the main piece that people miss is that in order to get to the ball, the lead wrist or the wrists have to uncock or ulnar. deviate, right? So I have to uncock in this direction eventually in order to hit the ball.
And if you have a normal setup, right, not something down here, but a normal setup, your lead wrist is in ulnar deviation. Okay, means it's uncocked. You've got to get to at least that starting point or below it, most tour players do, by impact.
Yeah, so it kind of, if you thought about it a different way, the butt of the club is at your belt buckle. By the time you hit, it's going to be higher than your belt buckle. You've got turning, the rear end's tucking under, body, lead side of the body's extending. Everybody is up a little bit here at impact. And the only way you can get to the ball when you stretch your body out like that, see how my lead side is stretched out at impact, I've got to let this angle out. So that's number one.
Now, the only time we typically see golfers who struggle with that are the players trying not to do that.
Yeah.
Thinking that that's a cast or a flip.
Well, they're afraid of casting.
Yes.
And then also they're under the impression that the hands should get back into the same spot they were at address. So if I try to pull my hands back to where they were at address, that's a kicking motion of the club head, and that's no good either.
Okay, so let's go back. We'll use the down the line. Go to shaft parallel, put in the right amount of ulnar, nothing else. Okay, so we're there now. Now, if you just turn from there, still miss the ball.
Yeah, so part of it's a little bit of side bend in there. So you got a little bit of side bend to get the rest of the way to the ground. The other thing too, though, you have to have some supination.
I was going to tell you the face would still wide open.
Yeah, there's some supination there, so the you know, like you're hitting the back of something with the back of your left hand, say. Mm-hmm. As it's going into extension, you'll be told otherwise depending on where you get your information from. It's not this. It is not this.
It's not at all.
And just because you do this, this is not the fix. It's learning to time and position the body so that this motion right here, this is what happens. Every good player, you want to put your body in a spot where when I do that, it comes out later.
Yeah, and we'll put the graphs up. It's where is it happening at? Every golfer is doing this through impact. Some of you are doing this before impact and getting to impact like this. That's the bad we don't want to do. But we've got to have that. That's speed, and that's helping us square along with the supination.
It's this whole concept that you can, like, remember Ronco? Set it and forget it?
Yes.
The dehydrator? I mean, you have to be pretty old to remember that. Late night infomercials, kids. Set it and forget it. Like it just doesn't work like that.
You can hit punch shots and whatever drills, but it's not going to help you learn how to release.
It doesn't
the club.
transfer that well to a real golf swing in the wild. What are you going to do? Punch the ball around everywhere? No. And then what do you do when you get to a driver? Punch shots?
It depends on who you listen to.
So we don't spend any time fixing shaft lean. It's like, I don't know where, I mean, we just don't. If we get a decent grip, teach them the pivot, show them the wrist motion that you can actually do this, and get the club pointed back at you, boom, the first swing after we show it to them a lot of times on video, they have shaft lean for the first time.
I was going to say, to the point where the golfers who tell us they work on this drill nonstop are the golfers that don't have shaft lean.
I mean,
and you teach them out of that, and then all of a sudden, okay, I've got shaft lean for the first time.
And this is not to, like, say, you know, toot our own horn, but you have a YouTube channel that's pretty big. We're actually still teaching all the time. We're using this stuff in real lessons. So this is what works for real golfers in real
lessons. Got a computer over there that's got millions and millions of data points on golfers that don't play for a living, regular golfers.
I mean, you can listen to someone that doesn't teach golfers, it's fine, but this stuff is what works with regular players. I say it all the time.
Okay, so you need good body movement to square the club.
Well, you're supporting it. You're positioning the body to support the throw.
Right.
It's pretty much what the golf swing comes down to.
You need ulnar deviation in the downswing to get the club to the ground.
That's your number one.
Okay.
You don't do that, you're not hitting.
So if you want
you
shaft
can mess
lean,
up everything else.
If you want shaft lean, you better get the ulnar deviation. You need supination to continue to square the face, and you need the extension coming through the shot so you can release the club.
Yeah, and that's
get the trajectory you want to make the ball go as farthest.
And speed, right? If I want to hit something hard, I want the butt of the club to point back at me.
Yes.
Now, it's not pointing back there, and I'm not pointing it there. It's like if I'm turning this thing around me to hit it hard, this club starts pointing back at me around the center of my body in order to make that outside circle go fast.
So you need all three arm movements, we'll call them wrist movements, there's forearm and wrist, On top of, you can have the best body movement in the world. If you're missing those arm pieces, one, you're not going to square the face. Two, you're not going to like where the ball goes.
Yeah, and this is not a hack motion video, but there's a drill in there that shows the ulnar and the supination and the flexion extension. It's a really good one to show the uncocking and the hand motion. If you do it right, for the first time, you'll start seeing the release happen out in front of you, where the hand path will circle around, but the club head, and you show it all the time in lessons, stays out in front a little bit longer instead of going, like a lot of you are seeing it.
It's diagonal to the target line as it points back at the belly button.
100%.
It's never perpendicular to the target line.
And you don't want a release that's under and in.
Right.
So learning this uncocking, supination, flexion, extension, for the first time, you'll see this club, the hands go around the circle, but the club head also stays on the correct arc that's in line with where the hands are going.
Okay, so go through those. Film your swing. If you don't have shaft lean or if you struggle squaring the club face, just know the body doesn't square. It provides the support, and its body rotation stabilizes a lot of things. It's not going to square the face. If you're missing one of those, get a hack motion. It's the tool to measure wrist angles. Video yourself. You're going to see missing at least one of those wrist angles. Most golfers are short on the ulnar. They're just not doing that well enough. That's where your shaft lean
In
comes
short
from.
arm, maybe all of it.
And all of it, right. Start to incorporate them slowly. Start at shaft parallel and say, okay, I don't think I'm doing enough ulnar. Get that going first, and then let the body turn. It's going to even feel like a body squaring it, but know that that's not what's doing it.
Well, the cool part about the ulnar too, if I uncock my wrist enough, it actually starts wanting to work a little bit and to flatten the wrist. And oh, by the way, the face will square up a little easier.
There's a reason that every professional we've measured does all of these movements.
Yeah, it's like you've got this implement with a weight on the end.
Yes.
There's not a million ways to make this thing work the right way,
There's just
especially down here where it counts.
There's just not. So film yourself, see which one of those you're missing, start to incorporate it in. If you need more help, we've got a really cool video down below. It's absolutely free. In the first pinned comment below, check that out if you need more help.